Yeah, Despicable Me 3. Couldn't get into the house, so why not? What's a third movie in a trilogy I am not particularly a fan of? Well, I can say this. If you enjoyed the first, and I preface this heavily, the first Despicable Me movie, you will enjoy this recent one. Why is that, you might ask? Because for the first time in the last two movies, this actually involves the characters. You mean the minions aren't the main stars of the movie? You mean we get character development, good jokes, well paced timing, a good script? It's amazing when you don't pander to the lowest common denominator. I'm sorry, but this is the sad truth. Literally, the minions are horrible. I have seen many shows over the last couple of years, especially ones that one would consider geared for kids. Steven Universe, Gravity Falls, Regular Show, Adventure Time, Star vs. the Forces of Evil. All those shows have different forms of humor, but at the same time, they treat the kids with a level of respect. In fact, I currently got a box of stuff over there from Don Bluth, and his movies have one philosophy. You can show kids whatever you want as long as it has a happy ending. So you can mentally destroy them with the worst things on screen, but as long as it's a happy ending, you're good. And Despicable Me has gone away from the Minions aspect. Now, don't get me wrong, they're in the movie, and I'll go into a long rant as to why I hate the Minions in a completely separate video from this. But as for now, the main focus of it is Despicable Me 3, not the Minions. And in this movie, everybody has gone in the proper route they should. While I may not be a fan of the trilogy itself, they do progress in a believable and actually progressive way. Starts off with Gru learning to accept the girls, who I will never remember their names except Agnes and Edith and the other one. The middle one I always forget. And, he warms up to him. It's cute. We have a couple of good laughs. He learns the true meaning of family and not to be a failure. And even though the minions were in the movie, they weren't the main focus. The main focus is where it should have been on Gru, voiced by Steve Carell, and the girls, voiced by other people. And then the second movie came around. Now, Gru is a family man. He's kind of given up the villainy way. He gets another job in this form working for the Anti-Villain League. Being a good guy, which didn't make much sense in the movie. And he would eventually meet Lucy, who is, how to put this bluntly, if you remember Goslin from Darkwing Duck, imagine her in human form, all grown up and still over that top and rambunctious. Yeah, that's about her. She was fast, her humor was quick to the mark, she had great quips, but she wasn't really, the best way to describe her would be competent. The second movie really didn't show what she was truly capable of, besides when she kidnapped Gru. And throughout the movie, we had to deal with the minions, who were the main point of the movie. They were literally the deus ex machina of the movie, and they were the whole point behind the movie itself to make them stronger than anything you could imagine, to the point where they can't be destroyed, which destroys my hope of actually watching them burn in the fiery pits of an inferno. Yeah, I don't like them. Oh, not as much as Michael Bay, but, it's somewhere. It's somewhere here. Like Michael Bay, right here, and there. Yeah. But now we get to the third movie. Slight spoiler, but the minions don't like Gru not being a villain. So they quit. I was happy. I smiled. And if it wasn't for the fact that a family showed up at the last minute, I would have applauded. Seriously, who takes their kids to a 10-15 screening of Despicable Me 3? I know it's the summer and everything, but the kids in there were literally about, let's be honest, 5, maybe 6. Nope. Movie didn't get out till after midnight. But, back to the main point, the minions go away. And they get thrown into prison. After doing a rendition of I am a very model of a model major general, it's a thing more than saying in Mass Effect. Or what they sung in The Three Musketeers, the Disney movie. Because, kids are going to get that. But now that that's all they do, we can focus for the majority of the movie on Gru getting in contact with his brother, the chemistry of them building a relationship that they've never had before, but kind of always wanted by the way they act. Lucy trying to be a good mother to the girls and them accepting her as their mom, which leads to a very cute scene at the end, which, yes, I did say, "Aww," too. Sorry, but it was so cute, even I can't deny it. If you don't say "aww," you have no soul. And I bet you laughed at the end of Logan. Shame on you. Shame on you. But besides that, the chemistry between them is good. The chemistry between Lucy and Gru is really good. They actually feel like a legit couple that truly love each other and complement each other. But with the added bonus of Lucy being competent this time and actually stands her ground. For example, when Gru lies to her, she doesn't like it. And while she's happy he's safe, she will murder his ass if he steps out of line again. She said it in a much nicer term, I assure you, but she was a lot more vulgaresque with it. Not vulgaresque, I apologize, but a lot more subtle, like, I will end you. And all around the chemistry among the family is great. Balthazar Bratt is the villain, and he is the 80s personified. You would think of an 80s thing, be it Rubik's Cubes, bubblegum, shoulder pads, or Jamona. Yeah, he says that at least 3 times throughout the movie. And his soundtrack is actually ripped straight from the 80s. So whenever he does anything, he plays a Walkman, kind of like Baby Driver tonight, and he goes off on doing whatever he wants. He has martial arts skills in the form of dance break fighting, or dance-off fights as they call them. He has the ability to disguise himself as anybody, which should have been a tip-off in one point of the movie, but overlook it. You all know exactly what's going on the moment it happens, too. And he has a little robot sidekick, because, in the 80s, robot sidekicks were all the rage. I guess, I didn't live in the 80s, but if television taught me anything, you can't put it past them. So, his humor is great, his rivalry with Gru. Apparently, they've already fought a couple of times in the past, and you can believe it based upon their dialogue. It's overall really good. And that's kind of the thing I can say. It's good. Not great. I would never put this on the level of anything Pixar or Disney was sent out. But in the realm where popcorn flicks exist, this would be basically the popcorn flick for kids. If you need this to get them out of the hair for a little bit, not a bad movie to show them. Definitely better than Despicable Me 2 and Minions. And if I'm being so bold as to say, I think this is actually the best of all the Despicable Me movies. So, if you like all of the Minions and Despicable Me movies up till now, you'll enjoy this movie. The humor's still on point, Steve Carell's amazing, and it's fun watching Lucy basically walk into a bar and just destroy everybody because she heard one of the girls scream. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure she killed somebody in there. I mean, he was on the ground and he wasn't moving. Like, just look like right here in the movie when she walks out of the bar, there's a guy like tongue open, eyes open. He ain't moving and he ain't breathing. I'm pretty sure he's dead. But yes, good movie all around. Go take your kids to it if you want. If not, wait for it to come on Redbox or Matinee or Netflix. I guarantee you will have it eventually. So, definitely take a look at it. I would say go see Baby Driver or Wonder Woman before this, but definitely take your kids to see this before Cars 3. Cars 3 is garbage. At least from what I've read. I haven't seen it yet, and I'm not going to go see it. It's past this point, and there's no point to me giving a review on it when everybody else already has. So, yeah, not a bad day. Baby Driver was amazing, and this was actually not bad. So, hopefully this train can continue for next week, when I go see The Amazing Spider-Man. Will this be a diamond in the rough? Or will it be an abomination like Spider-Man 3? And if any of you think that was a good movie, please comment below. I would love to tell you why you're wrong. Still, like what you want, I'll like what I want, and we can all agree that Andrew Garfield is better than Tobey McCryer. Yes, I did say Tobey McCryer. Because watch those movies again, that's all he does. Slight rambling, guys. But anyway, see you all next week. And until then, this is Kevin Riley signing off, and see you all next time. Later.